So yes, I'm Darryl West. I have the honor and the privilege of leading an awesome IT team at HSBC, the Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporation. And we are driving a transformation of the whole company through our IT team. And I'm going to talk about what we're doing and the partnership that we've had with Google in that journey over the last couple of years. So many of you may not know who HSBC is, but we are the largest international bank in the world. We have 39 million customers. Our customers are typically people like yourselves, individuals. We have small businesses, we have companies, and we have governments as our customers. We're present in 66 countries around the world, and we have a broad range of services, right from personal services right through to global markets and investment banking. So we have a massive amount of infrastructure supporting our organization. We're moving $1.5 trillion a day through our systems. And as you can imagine, of a bank of this scale, we have a large infrastructure. Now, we are like every other big global bank. We've been in the business now for 153 years, and we built up a very large on-premise infrastructure. So at the last count, we have 169 petabytes of data. We have data centers in many centers around the world, two primary ones in Hong Kong and the UK, but a small spread of others around the world because we have to keep some data in countries due to regulation. And we have over 90,000 servers. And the IT team of 40,000 people this year has a budget of just over $3.5 billion on change. So one of the big issues for us is the productivity of our developers. The fact we're just spending that much money on change programs for the bank, you want to make sure you have a massive amount of productivity. Now, we've been partnering with Google now for the last 3 years, and we are, because of our nature, we are a globally systemically important financial institution, a GSIFI as they're called, and we have every regulator in the world all over what we're doing. So we have to be very careful that we are doing the right things according to our regulators. So these were the questions that we sat down with Google 2 or 3 years ago now when we started this journey. How are we going to work together? What will our regulators think about what we're doing? How do we govern the cloud activity we're doing? How do we control access to the data? Do we know where the data actually is? And do we understand the risks we're running in the end-to-end process of being on the cloud? So now we've spent a lot of time and with some delays, I guess, in getting the regulators in the last couple of years comfortable with the fact that the cloud is a good place to be for an enterprise like HSBC, and the big banks have all been with us in going in this direction. Some of the requirements we have around data security and resilience are really important. It's the trust and confidence is a core part of the banking business. So we had to make sure that anything we did with Google was going to be really strong and reliable, and the information security was going to be the best in the world. So we worked with the Google team on these service enhancements. So when we looked at the product for the first time a couple of years ago, we thought that the customer managed encryption keys needed some work. We did some work with the team on the virtual private cloud service controls so we could ring fence the data and put better data leakage protection controls. We wanted to have logging and notifications back to us so we could know that if anybody changed anything in the service footprint with Google in our services that we're running, we could get notified about that. And because of our requirement to keep data in some countries, specifically due to regulation, we had to have what we call geofencing, which is we could actually define where the data would be stored within the Google environment. So these were enhancements that we worked on with the Google team. We now feel with these enhancements to the services we have that we're now ready for prime time for a regulated global bank. So that's been a great partnership, and I think the regulators have really appreciated what we've done here together. Now, in terms of business value, well, this is a real case study of what's actually live. So this talks about global liquidity. So for those of you, and many of you here, I'm sure you're not bankers, liquidity is when you check on your mobile device what your balance is in your account. You're doing a liquidity check. You're seeing how much money you have. This process is to figure out what our liquidity or what our balance is in the bank on a global scale. So we have 47 regions or countries where we have to calculate this. And under the old way of doing it on the on-prem environment, to do our daily reporting calculations would take us anything from 9 to 14 hours to do that. We're able to do that in a couple of hours now with Google. And on a monthly basis, we have to do an analysis and some look back of how we're doing our funding and the trends. That was taking us 40 hours to do that, now taking about 3 hours. So this is now live in 28 countries. It'll be fully live by June of this year, and it's delivering tremendous value And our regulators, the Bank of England in the UK, are delighted the fact that we can now provide this information in a more timely manner. So this has been a fantastic thing, and it's because we've been plugging into the massive capability, the compute capability that's available through GCP. Now, in terms of customer outcomes, we've actually partnering with Google on a top secret project. So you didn't hear it from me, and I know none of this is going out in the public domain, so this is a secret project. We're actually building a new platform for business banking. So the SME market, which is the small and medium enterprise market, is a massive business for HSBC globally. It's a significant part of our customer base. And we have decided to partner with Google to develop a whole new suite of platforms for that market. We're going cloud first from the beginning. It's going to be mobile first from the beginning, a whole new security platform. We're using a full DevOps lifecycle CI/CD pipeline using GKE, and it's going to be utilizing all the data analytics, AI, ML, and the NLP tools that we have from Google. So we're very excited about this. It's progressing really well. It's a moonshot. I know Google uses the term moonshot. It's a moonshot for HSBC, this particular project. And we think it'll be game-changing. It's going really well. The beta testing is really going really well. So that's a customer outcome that we're working on together. We talked this morning about the cloud services platform, the Antheos new newly branded product. Our engineers have been installed here in Mountain View, working with the Google team to develop this. We were the primary partner, the enterprise partner that they had to develop this. It's very important because of the constraints in our business where we have to keep some data on-prem, and the regulators will also require us to keep some workloads on-premise. We wanted the ability to have an image on-prem and an image in the cloud that was the same, so the developers could actually have a seamless experience whether they're on or off. And obviously having a common control plane to manage both of those is hugely beneficial from a productivity perspective. So this is now live and was announced this morning for general availability, and we're deploying this within HSBC at scale. So the overall results of this has been a really fantastic outcome for us. We approached this with a lot of enthusiasm, and our expectations have been exceeded tremendously. We're now developing new digital banking propositions. I talked about the SME proposition using analytics, ML, and NLP. I talked about the liquidity reporting business benefits we've had. We also are a major global player in the foreign exchange markets, and we're now able to do our AI modeling in the FX business. Used to take us 120 minutes, now it takes 10 minutes, and we can rerun those analytics several times throughout the day. We are migrating workloads from heritage data warehouses, not to be named, but they're coming from those data warehouses on-prem into GCP, and we've got now business reporting and financial reporting coming out more frequently and more accurately. And that's providing tremendous benefit and value to the finance function and the risk function particularly. The other thing we do is we are partnering with our friends here at Google to develop a suite of solutions for financial crime detection. So one of the things we do as a global bank is we have an obligation to work with the authorities around financial crime prevention and anti-money laundering. So with the ability to ingest very large time series of data and apply analytics to that, we're able to identify anomalous activity accurately, which has improved the outcomes of our detection of financial crime. So we're actually working to create a much simpler, better, faster set of risk management tools in that domain. And that'll be coming to market realized next year in 2020. And overall, our overall agility in getting to market through proofs of concepts has been great. So we've been delighted with the outcome that we've had. We have a strapline at HSBC that together we thrive, and this has been a great partnership with Google, and we're thriving together every day.